Gonna try not to moan. Every time I think, you know what, one more episode, bike should be done, something else comes up. Wheels are in, all done, all great. I went to hook up the chain the other day and I was like, why is the chain like 15 links too short? It was mocked up with a 140 pick bike motor and I've put a 110 in, same sprocket sizes, everything the same, nothing's changed, and the chain's too short. All right, so I need to get another chain. What else? What other annoying thing has happened? But oh well, we have made some progress. Hopefully get it started. Knock up the fuel system. The way these tanks work, they've got two outlets from the tank at different heights inside of it. So essentially it's a form of reserve. So I'm going to run some clear hose outside, the two individual hoses going into a splitter, and then feeding a fuel filter, fuel tap, carburetor. That way I can look down at the hoses and I can tell if I'm on reserve or not. Found an exhaust as well. I can't remember who made this for me, but it's been on a shelf for, got to be 10 years. Just turns out it fits. I need to make up a little bracket for. There was something else I spotted this morning that annoyed me. Oh yeah, that's it. What is going on with eBay? Like, everything gets lost, nothing turns up. I'm still waiting on a side stand. Took the best part of 3 weeks to get an axle. Like, what's going on? And why does every eBayer have like free postage and then use every? It's like, look, give me the choice to pay for Royal Mail. Like, yeah, rant over. So yeah, that's the exhaust I pulled off the shelf. It just clears everything. Where is it? Yeah, clears the frame there, clears the foot peg mount. Just need to make some sort of a bracket just here. But I think that looks pretty cool. Like, yeah, quite happy with that. Oh, that was the other gripe. Come out today and inner tube's gone. Hopefully it's just the valve. If not, another inner tube. Yeah, let's get this fuel set up together. I'll show you what I've got for it. Got a fuel tap on off. This cool little Polini filter. Quite like that. Got a splitter and some garish hose. And then obviously, now that I'm obsessed with 3D printing again, printed up these little TPU joiners to hold the hose together. Fuel lines will come out of either this hole or this space here because they go down in through the top up there. I want to mount the tap. That's going to come round like that. I want to mount the tap here somehow. I think that'd be a good enough spot. If I mount it on the front peg, that'll give me enough room. Gravity fed system, the tank's still at the highest point. Right, yeah, I'm going to start with that. Just make this random piece of angle pretty. Alright, let's cut this down first. Don't use an angle grinder for aluminium. So that's the starting point. And I know for a lot of you watching this, this is really basic stuff. But the whole point of this channel is to kind of give people an idea of how simple stuff can be. So yeah, I don't like the angle, so I'm going to bend that. So I'm going to make a few marks. Obviously, I'm going to round it off, make it look prettier. It's all good using power tools and cutting and drilling, but it's just something about knowing how to use a file properly. It's good for the soul. I remember a time when all I had was basic tools. What I want to do, I want to try and carve that out of the aluminium. I think that'll look pretty neat. All right, that sits there. A bit of sanding, finessing, that'll look nice. Chuck Chuck a polishing wheel at it. That sits good. I need to 3D print a little spacer for there. Right, so I want that bolted there. That's got to come there. Yeah, that'll do it. Do. Need to remake that spacer a little bit tighter. It couldn't be any more limiting. So least amount of hose possible, about there. That was the only type of splitter I could find. Doesn't give me much room to play with. I've got to now wedge this up, come out the top of the tank, the frame rather. I was hoping I'd be able to have like a cool bit like this on show on the outside. No chance. I always forget how limited the space is on these things. Right, so I got the hose through there with no kinks. That's pretty good. Comes out just there. Talk about just enough. Now I've got to try and connect that to the tank, put the tank in place without scuffing the shit out of it. I've put some sticky foam pads down, which are probably in the wrong place. Okay, yeah, I need a better system, because I'm going to scratch the shit out of this otherwise. I can stress about writing them after. Oh, that just stressed me out even more. Oh. That took longer than I'd like to admit. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's any kinks. So yeah, that's all in place. I think I'm gonna have to run the filter this side. Like, yeah, I've got no room on this side unless I run 2 filters, but that's just stupid. Plus I've only got one. So yeah, I'm gonna run the filter here. I wonder if I can bring that down a bit. No, it shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. Bottom of the tank. Yeah, be all right. Look at it, that shaggy seat. All right, let's get some. I'm going to tip the bars forward actually. Yeah, tip them a bit further forward. Let's get some oil in it and see if it will start. Right, I've got some 10W40 semi-synthetic. Normally in these pit bike engines, I try and run full mineral. Gamma do a good one. It's a 2050, but that's for sort of like 140 and up plus performance engine. So I won't be using that. This should be fine. And then get rid of the cheap plug that comes with it. So let's put some oil in this thing, swap that plug over and see if it'll fire. I just need to check this is actually petrol.
Yeah, that's definitely woo.
Right, I'm going to pour just enough in to get it fired up, because every time I end up filling the tank and then there's another issue and I've got to do this and I've got to do that, and then I've got this tank full of fuels knocking about. Done. Don't need much. Oh, I don't just love the smell of petrol. And there's my first leak. Even though I used the right internal bore hose, it leaked. So what I've done, I cut a bit off the drain hose, the overflow hose. Yeah, I'll get some small hose clamps. Although the others with the cable ties have held up. So let's see if it kicks. Let's pop a little bit of choke on. Let's see. Our kill switch is off. Let's pop that on. All right. Yeah. Bit more choke. Runs pretty well. I just let that run for 15 minutes or so, bed the cam in if these things even need or can be bedded in. Couple of electrical things, like the headlight wasn't working, and then the brake light switch wasn't working, but the brake light was. So I'll have a little look into that. That'd be something really minor. Yeah, seemed to run good, rev nice, idle come back down. So I've got to do a few little snaggy bits on it off camera, because I guess you're bored now, but it runs. Essentially, it's done. Like, I can now throw it in the corner, forget about it for 10 years and move on to the next thing. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll probably have like a wrap-up episode on it next weekend. We'll get it outside, get it ride it up and down. Waiting for chain, sort that front tyre out, or valve, hopefully valve, fingers crossed valve. And yesterday I was drilling a breather hole into the tank bung, snapped a drill bit in it. So I've got to sort that out. But other than that, it runs. Have a great week.
Like, hey, bark, bark.